happy November! I can't believe November is already here. I know I said it in my last video, but this is the first video I'm actually filming in the month of November, and I'm super excited because I actually really like November. I love October, definitely my favorite month, but I also really enjoy November because it's like everybody's in a better mood. It's like the month of family and Thanksgiving and things like that, and lots of really good food. So I'm super pumped, but today the video that I'm bringing to you would be my late September, I think, October haul. All the books that I got in October. A couple of these were gifts, and I'll start with those first, but let's go ahead and just get started because I don't have that many, but I also have a very short announcement. I am going to be on a book buying ban. I am on a ban starting a couple of weeks ago. The last book that I will show you is the last book that I will pick up until the first of the month. I know it's only 2 months, but I really buy books every single week. Like every time I have any extra like money from work or anything like that, I will always spend it on books. But with Christmas coming, I decided to take a break from that and actually buy Christmas presents for people this year because I can always buy books, but giving big Christmas gifts only happens once a year. So that's what I'll be spending my money on recently. But let's go ahead and get started and shed a solitary tear for the fact that I won't be buying any more books for myself for the rest of the year. Now if you haven't watched my most recent wrap up, you will see a few of these in there. I do tend to read books as I get them, so unfortunately, like I said, some of these were in that wrap up, but I know some people specifically just watch hauls. They don't necessarily, you know, watch like the wrap ups that people do at the end of the month, so I didn't want to showcase all the books I got anyway. Yeah. So the first books that I'm going to be starting with are the ones that were actually gifted to me from friends. The first one is Eliza Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. My friend Sam sent this to me. I have already read it and I do absolutely love it, and I'm so glad that she did send it my way because it was the book that I needed the most this month. This is definitely a mental health book. It follows our main character Eliza, and she has really, really bad anxiety like I do, and it follows her journey. She makes like a webcomic, and you know, she's trying to maintain her anonymity, and her parents kind of blow that for her, and I just really love this story because, like I said, it deals with really heavy anxiety, and that is something that I suffer from, and I found her completely relatable. And Sam, if you're watching this, I absolutely love you. Thank you for sending this book my way. And the last book I have that was a gift is We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. My friend Sid actually sent this to me, and oh my god, this may be my favorite book that I read this year. I loved it. I had a book that was kind of in the running for my favorite, but I think this one may have surpassed it. This was everything that I needed, like the one that Sam sent me, but also it was what I needed in a different way. This book was not what I was expecting it to be. It is about a boy who is abducted by aliens, and the aliens give him a choice whether or not to save humanity, and just the internal struggle that he goes through, because if you saw my wrap up, you will know that he does not live a very good life. People in his life are awful. People in his school are awful. Just humanity that surrounds him is not great. So giving him that choice he does weigh it a lot in the book, and I just love this. I loved his struggles in a way. I loved the growth of all the characters. I just adored this book, and Sid, thank you so much for sending this to me. I cannot believe that I did not pick this up myself, and I'm so glad that you sent it to me because I don't know if I would have either way, but I loved this book. And another book you will have seen in my wrap-up would be Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. If you guys are familiar, I do not necessarily like John Green's writings that much. I do enjoy it, but I wouldn't say he's one of my favorites. I don't like hold him as high as some people do, but I love this book. This book is about a main character who has severe OCD. She like struggles daily with OCD, with thought spirals, things like that, and I really related to her because that is an OCD form that I struggle with as well. So this book was wonderful. My friend Sid, who sent me We Are the Ants, actually read this and recommended that I read it because I was kind of back and forth on whether or not to pick it up, but I'm really glad I did, and this is definitely a good resource book if you're looking for a more personal view on OCD. I would not say this is 100% factual because obviously John Green is not a doctor, but this is own voices with his own struggle, and as somebody who has this OCD, I will say that it is very accurate. But yeah, if you're just looking for more information on, you know, what people with OCD struggle with thought spirals and things like that, I think that you'll really enjoy this book. Now the next book I have here is actually our Hypernaut book pick for November. I'm about 13 chapters into this already, but I absolutely love it. It is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I was not expecting to like this book as much as I did, and I'm really glad that I did pick it up because I've heard so many great things about this. JD Reads here on YouTube loves this series. She did recently put a book babble up on the last book, which I'm really tempted to watch, but you know, I don't want to spoil myself because if I love this one as much as I think I am right now, I'm really excited to read the rest of the series. So keep an eye out for the wrap up at the end of the month for this book. And the next two books that I have here are actually the first and second book in a 3-part series. I did not pick up the last one because I couldn't tempt myself with it. I mean, I could have, but I wanted to wait and see because because I've been spending so much money on books recently, I did want to kind of wait. Now these are Amazon exclusive books. If you are looking to pick these up, these are the only place that you can find them. But it is The Coxal Court and The Raven King by Nora Sakavic. I have a lot of friends who have read these. My friend Jo has read this and she absolutely loves it. My friend Kristen read it and she loves it as well. I'm really excited to read this because from what I hear, it's about a lot of down and out characters. Like, they are very broken. There are some drugs, things like that in this, but it also revolves around a sports team. Now, this is not a series that I would typically want to read. However, Brandon the Book Addict also spoke very highly of this and said that it was a very underrated series. I haven't seen a whole lot of it on Bookstagram, on BookTube, anything like that. So I did want to pick it up because it has gotten rave reviews from every single person that I have seen read it. So I'm really glad that I picked these up as well, and hopefully in January I can pick up the third one. Now, the next book that I picked up, I am so excited for. This actually got here yesterday, and I cannot wait to read, well, not read, but just own this book because I have actually already read it, and you might know what I'm talking about. It is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This is the collector's edition of the book. I am so excited to have this, you guys. I love this series. Probably not as much as other people do, but I still really, really value it. It does come already signed. I have a couple of books by V.E. that are already signed, but it also has a bunch of different art in it. I am so excited, and the cover of it is very beautiful. When I saw that this was live on Amazon, I had to pick it up. Unfortunately, I did pick it up from Amazon, but I wasn't too interested in any of the other versions of it. And then it also does come with a bookmark, and I think this might encourage me to reread the series early on next year in January, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. But I love this book and I'm so excited. I like this cover a lot more than the original one. Even though the original one is beautiful, I obviously do like the black a lot more. And the last book that I picked up in October, well, there will actually be an announcement, another video going up later this week on. It is The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. Now, I won't go too in depth on why I picked this up, just that I did pick it up. I actually don't know a whole lot about this. This was actually a pick from M, which is Coffee Chatter here on YouTube. And like I said, I don't know anything about it except I think it takes place in like Victorian England or something like that. But I'm really excited to read it because it just seems absolutely different from the things that I normally read. I don't necessarily know what genre this falls into or even what age, if it's like YA or anything like that. I don't have a whole lot of information. Obviously, you can go to Goodreads and find all of that out for yourself, but I am still really excited to read this. Also, the only downside is the cover is really ugly. I love the blue, but I don't love the yellow, but what are you gonna do? It also does have some really beautiful maps on the inside, and I love maps, so I'm really glad that I picked this up as well. Alright guys, so that is all of the books that I picked up in October. I think a couple of those I may have picked up the end of September, but I could be wrong with that. But that is all of the stuff that I will be buying until hopefully January 1st. Hold me to it because guys, I just buy books so much. When we first moved to our older house, I had 2 bookshelves and now I have 4 and I'm looking to get a 5th one. I think I just need to like slow down a little bit. In my defense though, I have read most of the books on my shelves. I'm definitely, like I said, one of those people who reads a book as they get it. And since I read so fast, I don't tend to fall behind when it comes to my reading. There are obviously a few on here that I haven't read, but I will get around to them eventually. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!